What's up guys? Today I'm going to be giving you 6 tips on how to tour on a budget. So let's get it started. Tip 1. Be aware of tolls in the Northeast. So my band is based on the East Coast, and when we were doing our budget, figuring out how much we were going to need to spend on gas, we failed to factor in the amount we were going to need to spend on tolls, because once you start to get above Baltimore, the toll roads really start to screw you. And if you're going to be playing in the kind of Philly, New York, Boston area, which is a great part of the country to do rock and roll music in, you're going to need to bring at least $50 cash so you can pay for tolls. When you're trying to get into New York, it's almost comical. The tolls start at a small value, like $5, $4, and then get up to like $18. It's pretty insane, and it's definitely something that you need to put on your spreadsheet and consider an expense. Tip 2. Bring minimal gear and minimal luggage, because ideally you should try to fit your band into one vehicle and then maybe a trailer if you need one. On my most recent tour, when we all got together and prepared to load the van, we realized that we brought unnecessary things, such as everyone bringing a backpack for their own electronics and extra sleeping material, and we figured out it was best to lose some of that stuff in favor of being able to all fit in one minivan. There are some things you can do, such as bring only one computer for your band, or if you have extra guitars, don't bring them. Get smaller amplifier cabinets so you can fit stuff in trunks, and just even making little changes across your entire band can cut down on all of the weight and extra crap you could bring and potentially lose on the tour. Tip 3. Don't book shitty shows. All the time I see bands book these 20-city tours where a lot of the dates are just playing weeknights at these crappy dive bars in small cities. And that is a recipe for losing money. Because while you might think we're doing 20 dates, we need to book the first place that we can get, you're essentially setting yourself up to play to nobody except the bartender and the 2 winos that are going to be passed out in the back after your set. You are much better off networking with bands in the area to set up a show that will be attended by people so you actually have a prayer at getting paid, instead of just booking the first thing you can get. It's probably better to take an off day and just hang out in a city, go to the park, and go to a bar with your friends, than drive all the way to some rando place to load your gear in, play for nobody, and end up losing money when you get back in the car and have to drive, racking up even more gas expenses. It is always better to play a DIY show with people who are going to pay to be there and maybe buy some merch than go and book the Iron Horse Pub in Jackbag, Tennessee. That's a recipe for losing money. Number 4, minimize fast food and try to buy healthy snack foods. This can be tough. On the first tour I did, the entire band did a great job of eating healthy, cooking communal meals. However, on this most recent one, we went to more restaurants to sample local food and did, unfortunately, eat our share of fast food. God forgive us. However, we did go to food stores to buy healthier snack options, such as crackers and cheese, lettuce, spinach, sandwich material. If you're just eating Doritos the entire time you're in the car, you're going to end up feeling like shit and not going to want to get on stage that night. Number 5, bring a blanket to hide your gear. This is an extremely important one. When you're traveling as a band, you might have between $3,000 to $5,000 worth of electronics and easily stealable and Craigslist resellable musical equipment. That's why it's extremely important to cover up your van when you're just in a parking lot. We even had a run-in in New York where people were clearly scoping out our van and were probably going to rob us until we walked back to it and they dispersed. And that was a scary reminder that you always need to be vigilant. I could expand this beyond just saying bring a blanket to, if you're in a bad neighborhood, maybe you're playing a show in a place that looks a little dicey, have one guy man the van and just stand by it. That will deter most burglars. Again, something you just need to be mindful of when you're going on the road with a lot of expensive stuff that people want to steal. Number 6, try to minimize hotel fees. Depending on what kind of band you're in, you might be playing a lot of DIY or house venues. And if you are, that's perfect, because usually the people that run these venues are cool and will let your band crash at the venue. Bring some mattress pads, maybe an air mattress, and just set up and camp out. You will save so much money if you avoid going to hotels. Hotels eventually will add up, and even though sometimes you might have to eat the expense and all pile into a hotel room, if possible, talk to bands that you've networked with and try to crash with them, crash at the venue, or heck, even hit up a family member in the area. if they're cool and want to host a band. That's a great way to save money, and that will significantly reduce your expenses on the road. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and you can go over to my channel for more music-related content, and stay tuned for more videos. Peace.